There are some things in video games that just don't make any sense. Today I'm going to cover GTA 6 plot holes that aren't actually plot holes. Welcome back to GTA Robot, let's get into the video. Number 10, why Michael is wealthy to start the game. After the initial prologue, we find that Michael DeSanta has gone into a witness protection program and is staying in a beautiful mansion in the middle of Rockford Hills. Michael has a decent amount of cash when we first see his bank account, so how is it that he's living such a lavish lifestyle? FIB agent Dave Norton made a deal with Michael that was considered off the books. In it, the agreement was made that Michael would keep the money he stole during the raid, fake his death, take a new name, and move into the house in Los Santos. In exchange, Dave would earn fame for taking him down. Number 9, Madrazo's hitman found Michael quickly. In the mission, Marriage Counseling, Michael brings down an entire house that was actually owned by Martin Madrazo, a dangerous man who owns a criminal cartel. Shortly after, Michael and Franklin are found quickly by Madrazo's hitman. Some fans have found it strange that the pair could be found so quickly, but it's worth noting that they were in a unique vehicle, and there was some time while the truck was actively bringing down the house. Number 8, why Norton kept Trevor in the dark. As we get to know Norton, we learn that he has actually stayed in contact with Trevor, but not as himself. Instead, he is posing as Brad, whom Trevor believes is sitting in jail and not buried in Michael's grave. The necessity of doing something like this feels like a bit much, but it was important for Norton to keep up the act.
Despite all the chaos of these last few weeks, I think I finally figured it out.
Your mom gay law.
7, Trevor not breaking Brad out. Related to this frequent exchange, it's easy to wonder why Trevor wouldn't have made the effort to break Brad out of jail. Trevor is always about creating chaos that would benefit him, so it would seem out of character for him to avoid an opportunity that was right down the street from him. But one person had the power to tell Trevor no, and it was Brad.
Deals I was telling you guys about. And that is the case. I do have some videos I kind of got and some...
Number 6, Trevor showing up at Michael's house. Trevor showing up at Michael's place so quickly is a bit out of nowhere, but it's important to note everything leading up to their first interaction since North Yankton. Trevor made the quick realization that Michael was still alive after seeing news coverage of the jewelry heist and hearing that one of the criminals used a movie quote in his escape. After giving Wade the approximate age and family information to Michael Townley, he was able to find out that a Michael DeSanta matched his profile. Number 5, why Trevor and Michael work together. After the two former allies reunite, the tension between them could be cut with a knife. So it is odd that the two end up working together on multiple missions. There are a few reasons why in this case. For starters, Trevor has purposely reinserted himself into Michael's life in order to find out the truth and guilt Michael into doing some heists on his own. Michael, on the other hand, is forced to work with Trevor as the FIB wants Trevor involved in important missions. If Michael refused, Norton would have Michael arrested for the crimes he has committed since retiring. Number 4, no punishment for stealing a super weapon. Trevor not wanting to return the super weapon in GTA 5 in what could possibly be the strangest heist in the game, Trevor has Michael and Franklin help him steal a device that is owned by Merryweather. They successfully do so, only to find out that said device is actually a super weapon that the feds will absolutely hunt them down for. The group decides to return it and no charges are filed. A heist of this size would make it seem like the police would do anything to still make arrests, but it's worth remembering that Norton is trying to cover up these crimes, so Michael and friends can continue to help the FIB. Number 3, Franklin's reasons for killing Trevor. The 3 endings for GTA 5 each have their own controversial aura around them that makes players question why they are being offered. Prior to the ending, Franklin is asked by the FIB to take out Trevor as he is seen to be a liability by them. Franklin had to grow closer to Trevor through their frequent work together, but it's fair to look at Trevor as a loose cannon, and taking Trevor out would be good for Michael, with who Franklin has a close relationship. Number 2, Franklin's reasons for killing Michael. Out of the 3 endings, killing Michael seems like it's coming out of nowhere. This request is coming down from Devin Weston, who wants Michael dead since he is the one responsible for Molly's death and because he has a liability. While it does seem absurd, there is some logic to it based on Michael's own past. In the end, Franklin has been dragged through so much because of his ties to Michael, taking on both his and Trevor's problems. Betraying him will be like betraying Trevor, doing what he thinks is best in order to get out of Dodge. Number 1, why the death wish took too long to happen. In option C, the 3 protagonists tie up loose ends by killing many of the game's antagonists. Because it seems so easy to hunt all of them down, it's a wonder why they didn't decide to do all this in the first place. Keep in mind the threat that has loomed over the protagonists. The FIB could have thrown any of them in jail. Devin Weston gave Michael an opportunity of a lifetime and promised others he was going to pay them well. The protagonists used these reasons to follow through on their end of the deal, and they didn't think either party wanted them dead. Once that changed, the opportunity arose. This brings us to the end of our video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit like if you did, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you don't miss out on any of our videos in the future. I'll catch you next time. Goodbye.